What does wealth mean to you? My name is Hannah. I help you discover your ability to create wealth. So, I'm a founder of Xceptional Consultancy, which is a tax consultancy firm for medical doctors. Over the last 4 years in my business, I've been helping clients reduce the tax burden and manage the money better. But eventually, I realized what my clients really want is the wealthy lifestyle they deserve. The type of client I work with, they are doctors, they work really, really hard, and they save other people's lives. But the reality is, when they work 7 days a week, especially at the tax season, in order to fund the tax bill, they are burning out, stressed out. And if majority of them are the main income provider of the family, so in this situation, they are under a lot of financial pressure. So if they are stressed out, burned out, and being away, constantly be away from the family, what's is there any other space for them to look after themselves? The other thing I know about doctors is they put other people's first. They put others in front of them. So if they are the main income provider of their family, they want to make sure their family members are well looked after. And at work, they want to make sure their patients are looked after. But who is there to look after their lives? So that is why I'm really passionate about helping doctors with their wealth. And I believe that wealth is more than just monetary term. It's more than that. And I also discovered there are three pillars of wealth. One thing I have been really interested in studying it's about wealthy people, like how wealthy people, how they accumulate their wealth, how they become wealthy, and in particular how they relate themselves to their money and to the tax bill. So that is why I am able to incorporate that concept into my advisory style. And the three pillars of wealth I discovered is actually exactly the diagram I'm going to explain. First of all, is your health. And the second thing is the inner work. That is your relationship with your money. So, how you relate to your money. Are you resenting it or are you feeling grateful for it? And the third pillar, that is outer work, that is learn to budget, learn the basics of money management, and even learn the basics about tax rules. That doesn't mean you have to become an accountant or financial advisor. That just means you need to learn the basics in order to look after yourself. So just to explain, of course, outer work, inner work, and outer work, they are more obvious when we look at it. They are directly related to money, but why health is related to wealth? Of course, we have heard a lot of stories, a lot of quotes about health is your ultimate wealth. Yeah, it's true. If you don't have the health, and even if you have the money, you probably don't have the body and don't have the strength to really enjoy it. The way I look at it is everything, if you want to start your journey of wealth building, and even if you think all the number stuff, they are very overwhelming, the tax rules are too complicated, you are completely overwhelmed by that. You can always start looking after your health. So for me, I grew up in China, and looking after our physical health wasn't a part of the traditional Chinese education. But there was once I came across a documentary that was in the early 20th century in China. At that time, because that was the end of Qing dynasty, and a lot of people think Chinese people, the country is going to die. And the ones who survived, they believe that, yeah, they don't bother looking after themselves. The country is going to die anyway, and they are physically really, really sick and mentally weak as well. The rest of the world, they call Chinese people the sick men of Eastern Asia. But at the same time, the younger generation, the well-educated generation, they are actually very ambitious. So at this time, there's a young man stood up and published an article in the national magazine. So that is called A Study of Physical Education. He believed that if China is going to become a stronger country again, and everyone has to start looking after themselves, looking after their health. So, because of this, other schools start taking physical education seriously. So, because the pupils in school they started to move their body, started to look after their health, then they become not just physically strong, they become mentally strong as well. So, after 40 or 50 years, China has become a stronger and independent country. That young man was actually Chairman Mao. Of course, despite the good or bad things he has done to China during his lifetime, that was one of the good things he has done to China. And that has really inspired me to start moving my body and looking after my health. I know now I'm running a business. There are times things go tough, and there are times cash flow isn't great, or even having fee disputes, or the biggest client suddenly don't decide not to pay the bill. So all these things, these are huge pressure. But what I realized that whenever I'm overwhelmed by all the challenges, everything seems like unfigureoutable. I can always start moving my body. I can always start going for a walk or going for a run, and then I let fresh blood circulate within my body, and then I'm able to see things in a different perspective. So, and also because of physical exercise, by having a healthy lifestyle that made me physically strong as well as mentally strong. I know when things go tough, I can just keep going. I am actually stronger than what my brain think I am. So by this, when things do go tough, by not giving up, like keep going, keep pushing through and coping, like face the challenges, then I am able to grow as an entrepreneur and as a person. So, the other things like better financial reward and the business growth, then it will follow when I am keep pushing through all this. I can't afford doing all this by not having the physically strong and healthy body. So health is always your first wealth. If we look at this diagram again, I put the health at the top of it because that is actually the really important thing. And then you can start working towards your inner work, like how you relate to money, feeling grateful for the money every day, and then start looking at the outer work. Start taking some if the budgeting or number stuff is challenging to you, guess what? When you are physically strong, when you conquer the physical challenges and all these number challenges, they are small. They are not a big problem at all. So perhaps by having this, taking care of your health and become physically strong, then the rest you can keep the momentum going, and the rest will fall into place. So even if for now, despite what sort of situation you are in, even if you are deeply in debt or having a huge financial pressure, or there's anxiety of the tax bill, you can always start moving your body. So whenever you feel overwhelmed, move your body, go for a walk or go for a run, and then you will be able to see things in a different perspective. You have a fresh mind, and then you will be able to move forward strategically, and then everything else will fall into place. So that is what I think the three pillars of wealth, and in particular, your health is your ultimate wealth. And if you don't want to figure out anything about money or budgeting for now, that is okay. But everything, all your wealth building journey can always start from moving your body. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this one. And as always, I do provide personalized tax advice for clients. And one thing, if you find the number stuff challenging, you can also reach out to me, and I am able to shine some light and explain it in a jargon-free way. Okay, so again, I hope you find this one useful. I hope to speak to you very soon. Bye now.